BB 851, turn right, heading 180. 14 Papa, turn right 245, report localizer established.
In another shake-up to the aviation industry, WestJet announced plans to acquire Sunwing in the past week. It's not the first, and I'd like to also imagine it won't be the last consolidation we'll see within the industry, with many companies looking to merge or acquire other key brands to better fare against competition and have a more substantial part of the overall market share. The acquisition includes notably Sunwing Airlines and Sunwing Vacations. It's also a crucial moment for the Canadian aviation industry, as for the first time in a while, competition well and truly heats up, and airlines are out battling for significant share in the market. That market share I speak of is increasingly becoming harder and harder to come by, and of course, in turn, is taking more to win and naturally secure in the long run. Of course, though, not all competition is bad competition, but it does become a crucial game of getting things right for the airlines. As best described by the CEO currently of WestJet, the airline is more upmarket, whereas Sunwing, they see it more as a mass market. Therefore, they're putting two big companies together to work moving forward. Added aircraft, more capacity, and seasonal destinations/operations will help both airlines in the future, and WestJet is very excited at the prospect of what the future holds for the operator within the aviation industry, and especially that Canadian market. The CEO of WestJet said, "This is an exciting moment for WestJet, Sunwing, and Canada's travel industry. We're bringing together two highly complementary businesses with powerhouse brands to strengthen our successful leisure business and deliver greater value to our guests." While I do frequently discuss aviation here on the channel, it's definitely important to remember that this takeover also includes Sunwing Vacations, which would see WestJet have their resort destinations, improving, of course, the more travel sector of the industry. Better yet, the airline would not have any layoffs, with the company planning on actually growing in the future rather than downsizing. Following the cancellation of the Air Canada and Air Transat merger, this is one of the latest combinations to be announced within the aviation industry, and of course, sees especially further consolidation of the Canadian aviation market, as even more airlines either look to begin operations, establish themselves, or are in the early stages of planning before they launch in the coming years. Over the past 4 or 5 years, there have been several new Canadian airlines join the scene. On top of that, we've seen existing Canadian airlines expand to great strengths. Of course, this does mean that Air Canada are definitely getting a run for their money, and it's good. For a long time, Air Canada were largely uncontested in many different markets. However, with the emergence of more domestic, seasonal, and holiday airlines, there are more options on the market for Canadians and tourists wanting to travel through the country. Finally, the CEO of Sunwing said, "We have a very promising future as part of the WestJet group, one of the only airlines globally that has not issued debt or equity during the pandemic or accepted sector-specific government aid." Of course, it's been a very popular option in the past couple of years. The combination of their strong balance sheet and growth trajectory, with Sunwing's unparalleled expertise in creating differentiated vacation packages, will ensure the success of the new vacation division. What are your thoughts on Sunwing and WestJet planning to combine, with WestJet of course being the sole ones to acquire the Sunwing branding? Do let me know down below, and of course with a focus on the aviation side of things, how do you see WestJet growing as an airline in the future? Before I leave you, I thought I should mention that of course this will be subject to regulatory approval. This is just an announcement, therefore it's not being implemented at the time of recording. There is still a long way to go. It is a very similar, but I'd argue not as long process to what we're seeing currently unfold in Asia, with Korean Air and Asiana Airlines of course merging, and that is heavily featured on the channel. Thanks very much for watching, do take care and be safe, and I will see you next time.